Hey everybody.
Uh-oh.
Dream team.
Dream team back again. Let's begin.
Again.
Yeah, it was fun. Now we start and end with a song.
I like that. Look at
Good.
it.
That we all know really well.
Look at Naomi peeking over your shoulder.
I know.
She looks like she's pissed that like you're like in her way at a concert or something.
Sorry I got here first. I stood in line since 4 a.m. She's like,
okay.
Guys, we've got a lot to cover today. There's been a lot of sports happening in the world.
There's been very many sports. Very many sports.
Yeah.
In particular,
some might say
weekend.
too many sports.
Some might
I only say too many because I want to watch all of the sports. And so it just becomes like a stressful thing for me.
Yeah, I just don't understand why the sports world doesn't schedule their games around my schedule.
Right? It's so silly.
Honestly.
It's actually a crime. And guys, now that we're in this business, it feels like sort of like, oh man, we maybe I bit off more than I could chew, you know? I'm kidding. Like it's all good. It's all good. But there's
we're learning. Well, I think what we're learning here is that it's good that there's so many options of women's sports on TV and being broadcast that we can watch. But
yes, this is a good thing.
We've really put a lot on ourselves to try to watch it all.
Right.
Yes. Can I complain really quickly though? Because I think that there's not a lot of women's sports on TV. Like
compared,
there's been so many games I've in the last week that have been WNBA streamed on Twitter or Facebook.
Oh, I see.
And then like the NWSL streaming games like on Twitch. And like as much as I love like they're accessible and like I can find them, there's like so many technical difficulties like inherent in doing that. Whereas like just on like ESPN or ABC or ESPN2 or ESPN3, like they wouldn't have those same issues. Like game I was just watching, the Washington Mystics versus the Atlanta Dream, which would determine who would get the 8th seed in the WNBA playoffs. And with like 3 minutes left in the game, the screen goes black.
What was that? That was so wild. And I thought I was like kind of in between like snoozing for a second. And I was like, oh, it's just like one of those weird league pass things where they just like, it's a commercial and
it's bad editing again.
That was so wild. So wait, what happened?
The game. I think the commentator said like something about a server going down in Bradenton because like it's stormy there or something.
Classic Bradenton.
But come on.
Yeah.
And then the NWSL game that was on Twitch,
the Twitch
Red Stars
had
versus
trouble.
Washington Spirit. It wasn't working for the first like 13 minutes of the game.
We got ours going.
But then I was able to, yeah.
That's weird because I was able to watch the beginning, but it kept cutting out and said it had technical difficulties. But we still like were able to see it. So
I'm glad. Again, it's a double-edged sword. I'm glad they're putting it on Twitch, but I find so many issues with. It's like you always have to refresh it, and then sometimes it's like this is lagging. This is such a dumb side note, but someone has this like weekly show on Twitch, and it's just like a weird. It's just like a very alt comedy show. One time I like tuned in, and it was like just like choppy. And then I actually think I was like, Twitch fucking sucks. And then I signed off. And then I was like, I swear to God, that was part of his show. He did that on
He was like playing a prank on you.
Yeah. Alex Pavlovsky.
I like that.
Okay.
I hope that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm like, with the NWSL, like it was the first game of the fall series on Twitch, I think. And so I was like trying to be understanding. They're working out technical difficulties, but I want to see the whole game.
Yes. Wait, okay. So can you explain this real quick? So the NWSL is starting their new like little season here.
Fall series, yeah.
totally. Which we did talk about a little bit on the last episode, but they are doing. Are all the games going to be on Twitch?
No. So for international viewers, all of the games will be streamed on Twitch.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then there are some games that are on big CBS, just normal CBS.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay.
And they'll just be on CBS. And then there are some that are on CBS All Access.
Great.
And then there are some that are exclusively on Twitch.
Right.
So there's a couple different, and there's some that are on CBS and CBS All Access.
And then quick question on this, how it gets chosen how games are aired. Do these networks or Twitch has to has to give money, or how does it work in a business standpoint?
I believe that CBS has paid the NWSL to get the rights to X amount of games.
Okay.
And then I think outside of those, say CBS paid for 8 games, outside of those 8 games, the NWSL wants to still have the game shown somewhere. And so that's why they're on Twitch, I think.
It's silly to me that CBS wouldn't just get them all and put them all on All Access, because I feel like the Challenge Cup was successful.
Yeah.
I understand why they can't put them all on CBS all Saturday long, but
yeah,
I don't know.
And now we've kind of associated with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it would make sense for them to. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, or better or worse?
Better.
I hear you.
Oh, cool.
I hear you the same.
Oh, well.
But I also only have one headphone in.
Oh, all right. Well, good. As long as it's not worse.
It's not worse.
Cool. Okay, so I guess this makes sense. I just asked this as all right, how does this all fit in together in the world? You know what I mean? How does this come into viewing access? I don't know. It's all just so confusing to me.
I think though it's good that they're making an effort to make them available, because I feel like even just the past couple of years, you wouldn't have been able to find any of these games on any what you can't watch them. But it is quite a scavenger hunt sometimes to find them.
Yeah. And it's funny, I'll be scrolling through Twitter and following people who've been fans of either the NWSL or the WNBA for a long time, and they're just man, this is so much better, it's improved so much, and there are new people coming in this is bullshit, these should be on yeah, basically, but also these games should be on TV. There were so many exciting games in the last week or two that were super close, or a couple buzzer beater ending games that were streaming on Facebook.
Yep, exactly.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I think Jewel Lloyd's buzzer beater game, that was on Facebook, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep, and I watched it back on League Pass, and I said no spoilers, but so that's a weird experience as well, is to watch these sports games that have already happened, but people do it.
Mm-hmm.
People do it.
Yeah.
You do have to kind of block out the world if you want to watch it spoiler free.
Yeah, and if you're in our text thread, you have to just not read it until you watch it.
Give it a mute.
As we've said before, spoilers are literally fine.
Yeah. But if you, again, spoil Riverdale for me, I will light you on fire.
Right. Oh, so funny.
Understandable, I think.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, I told you guys I did download a new app today, NBC Sports, to watch in the WSL. The Arsenal play West Ham United.
Ooh, did you watch the whole game?
Well,
yeah, that's a name.
Okay, cool. That was that.
Did you say, is that a name?
Yeah, that's a name, yeah.
Yeah. but I watched not the whole game. Ben told me about it. My brother told me about it maybe 70 minutes in. I think he had just come across it too. Because
Let's
it's
get
like,
Ben to tell all of us about it.
should I include him on the chat?
Be like, hey, you want to just text us?
Throw him
just
into the
chime
group
in.
chat.
Truly,
Ignore
sometimes,
everything else.
sometimes I'll just like drop like articles. I'll like send him stuff and I'll be like, isn't this nuts? And he'll go on this like full paragraph about like, this is the history of it, this is that. And I'm like, I thought I was getting better at knowing what I'm talking about.
Somebody did their research.
and he'll be like, oh yeah, so did you see Christian Press has this many, this is her stats, and then this is like that and that, and I'm like, oh fuck,
I sure did it.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
So stupid. Oh. What am I doing?
Such an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna live up to my brother's legacy at soccer stats.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, that is sort of his job, but not really all of it. I mean, you know what? But that's the thing. Like, I think that this is like a constant journey, and I kind of love that.
There's a really good Twitter if you want to like follow for like NWSL stats.
Yeah.
It's at NWSL Analytica, and it's like this person who does just tweets out info and stats, and they're really informative and super interesting. Like not just like shots on goal and shots made, but like passing percentages of players, like how many passes they're completing and how many tackles they're winning and stuff. And
that's what my brother does in his job.
Is it him?
No.
Are you
but
sure?
not for the NWSL. Okay, I just followed.
You did.
Yes, there it is.
Oh, that's very cool.
Shout out to NWSL Analytica.
Shout out to NWSL Analytica. Give him
Yeah,
a call.
I've definitely been like getting more into stats, like just reading stuff. And the WNBA app has a lot of stats.
Okay.
Especially if you're like trying to watch League Pass. There's like these stats, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. Interesting.
Katie, what's your threshold for how you got into that? Because I sometimes, if I'm reading something, my eyes start to glaze over when I read stats.
Yeah.
That's what I do in scientific articles too. I skip the results and I go abstract conclusion, done.
Yeah. I think like for me, just in general, like when I start to get interested in something, I like want to know as much as I can about it. Like I want to know everything. So to me, like I would do the same thing with a scientific article.
Pursuit of knowledge.
I'm not into that, you know? No. I would do the same thing you do with the scientific article because I'm not interested in that.
Got it.
But for like this and for like NWSL and WNBA, like it's just like interesting to me. So I'm like, oh, more facts. You know?
I'm that way only with like television for teenagers and dew points.
Dew point queen.
Oh my gosh. I told you I heard Megan Rapinoe mention the dew point in Bradenton, Florida on a podcast I was listening to.
Is she into it?
She was a guest.
She knows all about the dew point.
She was just saying that there's a very high dew point in Bradenton.
Makes it
she
uncomfortable.
has to do her workouts like super early in the morning.
Oh boy. Yeah, and I bet it's also hot. What podcast?
Yeah. I think it was Samantha Bee's podcast.
Oh, cool.
Which the name
I wish it was a weather podcast. I wish that she was like
just was a guest.
She was on the
Hey,
Dow.
I've got something relevant to talk about regarding weather.
Yeah. Honestly, you should start a weather podcast.
I would listen.
And it's only about dew points because that's the only thing I know about weather.
Yeah.
How sweaty will I feel today?
Yeah.
It's just like 30-second episodes.
That is my kind of podcast as we recorded 3 hour. Oh, what time
Bite
is it?
size.
7:20, that's fine. 7:20. Yeah, it's fine.
Heck, don't edit that out, Julia. Keep it in.
I literally won't. I've spent way too much time editing.
You really have.
I think that's why I have
too
missed so
much
many
about
games.
I haven't watched any games because I've been editing where I talk about the games that I haven't watched.
No, I'm up playing this way too much. It's no, it's truly fun, and I do love it. Okay, so we have a lot of sports to get through, like we said. Let's name all of the sports and leagues that have been going on, just to give like context for like how much is really happening.
I thought at first you were just going to say, let's name all of the sports.
That
and I
we
was
can.
like, oh, I'm ready.
Volleyball. Yeah.
Hockey, lacrosse.
Okay, so all the current stuff, WNBA, the NWSL, US Open just ended.
Yep.
Athletes Unlimited,
Yeah.
softball,
WSL.
WSL, yep.
I did watch some NFL, even though
That
were
doesn't
no
count.
ladies.
That's men's sports. That's
Yeah,
I
our
just
sport.
want to mention it. I
you
watched
don't need
it,
to
and it
hear.
was disappointing.
You don't need to.
Oh, okay.
The team I wanted
okay,
to
now-
win
now-
that's
lost,
fine.
and I got mad, and I turned on softball instead.
Okay, now we welcome that.
Yes. But I
Um,
think that's mostly
yeah,
it, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, but that's like all on the same day, though. Is the trouble?
Oh yeah, and
I know.
there's like 18 WNBA games a day.
That was all at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Yeah. It was like I had like multiple screens going some days, and it's like you need to calm down.
In the words of Tay.
In the words of Tay, you need to calm down.
Well,
what should we start with tennis since
Yeah.
Naomi's peeking in and wanting to discuss?
it looks like she's literally holding
She's
some clothes.
holding like
my
a hanger full of your.
Yeah.
That's what she's gonna wear after
Oh my
the game.
god, that's
Yeah,
my
exactly.
favorite shirt of yours.
I'm glad that she also has it.
I know, it's so cool. We do have the similar fashion.
So the US Open.
I did watch much of the U.S. Open, but I
Cool.
did not watch the finals because my nephew had to get baptized that day, and I could only watch
I baptize
one
you
game
in the
at
name of
once.
Satan.
Chuck.
It's just
Chuck
true.
away. Oh my god.
That's exactly how
So
it
my
went.
US Open experience was mostly just like Googling when Serena was playing and watching her. And like watching Naomi too, because I really do like watching her play.
Yeah.
So I did watch when Serena got ousted by
Same.
Uh,
Victoria Azarenka.
yes.
Azarenka. Yeah, Vika. Yeah.
That's the only one I know because that's the only game
Who was in the
watched.
final.
Yeah.
That was one. That was one semifinal, and then the other semifinal was Naomi Osaka. I think versus Jen Brady.
Jen Brady.
I remember
Yes,
specifically. First of all, it was a close game, and it was good. It was very back and forth. But also, whoever the judges are, the ball boys or whoever are in charge of giving the players the balls, kept tossing them to her, and she was just kept catching them in the same hand, but like not putting them down. And I was just like, how is she doing it? That was
very
like my
skilled with
takeaway.
them.
My takeaway of this entire very close semifinal U.S. Open tennis match is that Jen Brady can catch 3 tennis balls in her hand, and my hand is the size of 1 tennis ball, so I don't understand how. But
That is crazy.
she did it flawlessly.
My
So,
takeaway is very similar. I
the
don't
trophy.
understand. They do magic with these balls. I don't understand how they can play with the balls in their shorts.
That's
Yeah,
what
like
I was
tucked
gonna
in the
say.
side.
Tucking the balls up.
It's yeah. You tuck the balls up inside into your shorts.
Either scenario, I don't
see 'em.
understand how you can do that. I don't understand.
Don't
It must be
understand how
uncomfortable.
the comfort level either
uncomfortable.
way.
You're playing a damn championship game and you just have like tennis balls lodged into your thigh.
Yeah, they put
I don't
them
get
like
it.
on the. They put them like on their hip, right? That's what I get.
Don't lie. I don't know.
I don't know
It's
what
like they
word.
Just for
tuck
the
it- I don't
visuals
know.
of people who have heard us say tucking balls a couple of times and they're jammed up in their thigh and don't know what we're discussing.
Okay, what is a thigh? What do you
They're like,
consider a thigh is?
Like it's a body part.
I
Is that
know,
you're
but like
asking?
what
It's
does
a
it
upper
encompass,
leg.
would you say?
It's an upper leg.
Yeah, so wouldn't that encompass the hip outside? Or no?
I
I
don't know.
probably
the hip
should
is
have just said hip.
distinct.
Let's Google
But
this for future. What part of
But
the body?
I feel like they
Where does
do.
the thigh
They,
stop?
if they're wearing shorts, they tuck it under the shorts, and it's resting against their thigh.
Yeah, so
Not
it's
quite
like
the hip.
It's I don't know. Depends on how
Depends
many
who.
they have up there, I guess.
I guess it depends on what they're wearing too, because
Yeah,
some are
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
shorts
exactly.
and some are wearing skirts. I used to
Right.
wear a lot of skirts.
Did you? I could see that for you.
Like
Yeah.
in life or to play tennis?
Like when I was a child in life.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really like,
I had some
they
as
make
a
a lot
child,
of
I think.
sense.
They do make a lot of sense if you want to
They're
be
good
like
especially for children.
professional. Yeah, if you want to be
Children
a
and
professional
athletes.
child,
I
but you
do
want, but you
I
also
do
want
want to be a
climb trees.
professional child.
Yes.
Ooh, I fell out of a tree one time.
Oh no!
So
I'm
I
sorry.
was wearing
Oh my
regular
God.
shorts when it happened.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it wasn't a skirt.
Well, I
But
wouldn't have
either
been
way,
concerned
it's a
'cause I
bummer.
was in pain. Yeah.
Did you break?
I scraped all the way up my torso. I feel like we've
Ooh.
talked about this before. Have we talked about this before?
Jeez.
Maybe not
Yeah.
not in a recorded situation. I
don't-
slid down like
I
a
don't remember.
pointy branch and like tore myself right up the middle.
Oh,
This is
no!
terrible. This is
I don't
horrible.
like this at all.
I don't like this.
It was pretty like my dad had recently trimmed the branches, and so I was standing on one and it like was rotted because he had recently trimmed it, and it fell out of the tree because it wasn't meant for humans to be standing on. So I went straight down, but I like slid down another one that was like pointed up like that.
So
I'm alive.
tennis.
There's no
right.
scar.
Swipe
Can
left.
we go back to talking about balls because
Yeah.
I don't. That is terrible.
I
I'm glad
hate-
you survived, but that's the
too.
visual of that makes me want to vomit.
Me
It did
too.
hurt.
Wait, last question is that it was rotted because he was trimming it, or he was trimming it because it was rotted?
I was like 9, so I can't say for sure, but I believe he trimmed
How could it be rotted
and then,
because? Oh,
well, because he trimmed it and then it was like just like a little nub of a old dead branch. But it
Damn,
could have been
okay.
rotted to begin with. Again,
Right.
it was 24 years ago.
okay. Well, ask him, and we'll talk about it next.
I'll see if he remembers, but he often doesn't remember which of his children I am, so I can't make any
Oh,
promises.
that's so funny. There's so many girls. I don't know.
There's 3, and I don't know which one you are. You all look mildly similar.
Oh. But so that's crazy. It just kind of reminds me of like pickup tennis, where that's what you have to do with balls.
Yeah,
but
like there's
they
no.
have
It's
to-
weird that there's like not like a little designed like holster for them for professionals.
Or like that they wouldn't just have a
or
ball.
they wouldn't just like
man
give you a new
them
one.
ball.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't need to do this. You are.
But I guess
professional.
if they've been doing that their whole lives, then
right.
it doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
And I've never played tennis before to know if it even is an inconvenience.
Right.
So I don't know.
You know what I realized watching it is like how grueling tennis is. I think like watching Serena really made that like clear for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It does seem
Like-
very tiring.
Oh my god, I was exhausted watching.
Same.
Like the grunting and like the like pure like physicality it takes to do any of that. I was just like, that's not a sport for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
It looks
like
fun.
love to watch,
combination-
but
I'm into it.
I love to watch, but like in terms of playing, I'm not capable.
Yeah.
But
That's what I meant.
But you could at not against them.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to play at a level where you would be playing against them.
You know,
Yeah.
for
That,
me,
like you'd have
it's
to be
like-
over
it's
there
like-
quite as fast.
Yeah, for me, it's like U.S. Open or nothing. So
Oh, true,
I'll
true,
just
true.
bypass it all together.
Okay, I
Like, you know,
respect
sometimes
that.
you watch
Casual-
it, you
no casual volley.
you know, sometimes you like watch a sport and you're like, maybe I could do that. I was watching tennis and I was
Today,
like,
yes.
I could not do that. I could not do that.
After what Olympics would it have been? Probably, what year is it this year? 2020? Probably after the 2014 Olympics, I did purchase a discus off of Amazon.
Wait,
'Cause I
what's
was like,
a
I could
discus?
do that. It's like a,
Like a
little heavy
shot put?
frisbee. It's like
Oh,
a heavy
wait.
little
Is that a
disc.
sport at the
Yeah,
Olympics?
you just
That's a
throw it
sport?
far. It's part of the field portion.
It's
of
like
track and
shot.
field.
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
okay,
you like
okay.
you like frisbee it. You like spin around
Gotcha,
and launch it.
gotcha.
Oh my god, it's so funny that you.
But it seemed like
all
I was like,
things.
I can. Well, I know I can't like do any of the other sports, so,
This is
but I can
planned
throw.
to
I
be
can
able to
throw
get
pretty far.
I'm gonna go get a pole and I'm gonna go jump over another pole.
I'm not
I
gonna
think I
go
could do
like
that.
launch over my house or anything, but I can throw relatively far. I wanted to see how far I could do it. I will say owning it for six years. It would have been 2012 Olympics.
Okay.
I've never once thrown it.
You still have it?
I think so.
Oh my god.
We'll give it a try sometime.
I don't know why I just never expected that those would just like be available at stores.
I had to buy it on Amazon.
Oh, and you probably did say that.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But
But I mean,
Now we're
hey,
learning
Dick's
a
might have
lot.
some.
I don't think they
Right.
did. I think I checked.
No.
Oh, but maybe they do now. Who's to
Maybe.
say?
We don't know.
Anyway, let's get into discus. Amateur discus.
But anyway, Naomi Osaka
oh, she
in
won.
the final. She won.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful and very proud of her.
I just also
She
kinda
was
like her
I think she's a
attitude.
real one.
Yeah.
Not that their attitudes need to be good, but I just feel like she's like kind of like a sweetie.
Oh, I thought you said you don't like her attitude.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
Ready to
wait,
fight
she
you.
seems. I was like, hold on, she seems very nice.
Oh my god, imagine.
I was like,
You guys
I'm
would
not
tear me
ready
to
to
shreds.
Julia.
I hope that
Julia.
you would. I hope that you would call me the fuck out.
Notice how I kind of paused?
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
you speak
I
a
thought you
little
were frozen
more.
and I was like, wait, did I say something wrong?
What did I do? Luckily, I'm in charge of editing.
No, she has she's very likable. Well, not that matters in any way, but
Exactly.
but she just seems like cool. I would want to be friends with her, but I know I'm not cool enough, and I'm okay with that.
You know your
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And
I know
she's
my
only
place.
22.
I would be like- Yeah, but I feel like I'd be a good assistant.
Oh, I think you would be a great assistant.
So hire me, Naomi.
Naomi, you know me.
Naomi.
That was good.
That was beautiful.
I also like definitely. Well, before we move on, we're not moving on, but that we have to mention that weird interview that
Oh,
we
with
had
the
to go
lady
through.
about her like, I'm so
Yeah.
excited to find out who's gonna be on your mask next, ma'am.
And like maybe she misspoke, but then I was like reading this article about like her response to it, and it was just that like, no, I meant well. I like the families are really, really like happy that she's doing this, and it's like, so
They're probably not happy. So for people that don't know, Naomi Osaka has been wearing masks with the names of Black men and women that have been killed by the police. So as a way to make a statement. She also earlier, was it in the US Open or was it the last tournament where she was going to sit out? I don't remember what
thought it was
tournament
It was
US
this
Open.
tournament. It was
Yeah.
US Open, yeah. Like when the
Did
when the NBA and the WNBA were striking for a couple games.
Yeah.
She's-
after Jacob Blake,
I think
yeah.
she sat out.
I think that
and
she
they just
didn't have
rescheduled
to.
it.
I think that they rescheduled everything
They
that
moved
day
it,
so
yeah.
that she didn't have to.
Yeah.
But she was going to, and then since then she's been wearing masks to amplify these names and get them out there, make sure that people still know about them since they have not gotten justice. But yeah, Katie, do you want to explain the interview? You might remember it a little bit clearer than I do.
So after Naomi won, was it against Jen Brady? I don't think it really matters who she won against, but the winner has an interview after on court. And she was she was wearing one of the masks, and the interviewer said something like, you know, like, we're all super excited to see like what name you wear next on your mask. Like, do you know who you're gonna choose? And she was kind of like, no, I have a couple more, but like I don't know. I just kind of like do what feels right in the moment or whatever. But just to like have the interviewer, just the way she said it, like, we're super excited to see like which name of the murdered Black person you're going to wear on your mask. Like, we're super excited to see.
Right.
Like,
She was very much like, I can't wait to see who's on your
Yeah.
mask. And
Yeah.
It's like, some people probably.
It was as if
Yeah.
it was like a fashion statement that she was like
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like
Like, what are
Naomi
you
was just
wearing?
surprising everyone with like these new,
Mhm.
like exciting options.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just like very like just
It was yucky.
it was yucky, yeah.
But
Tone
Naomi
deaf
handled it
and
well.
She did handle it well. And she, after she won the finals, there was another like kind of question that she, I thought, handled really well, where the interviewer asked something like, what sort of message, like what message were you sending with your masks? And she said something like, well, I guess like for me the question is like, what message did you get? Like that's the bigger question. And like what did people take away from me wearing the masks? Like that's more like the question. And I thought that was a good response. But yeah, I mean, maybe, I mean, I think tennis is a very white sport. So I think probably tennis media and is even
good
whiter.
point.
Like
Good
that
point,
just shows
yeah.
that they need more diverse voices in that field.
Which
I mean,
is
every field
similar to
needs
what
it,
we were
but
talking about with the NWSL a few episodes ago. It's the same thing. Like, if you were
Yep.
able to get to that level in that particular sport, you probably were privileged enough to be able to travel every weekend and have somebody there to be able to travel with you that didn't have to be working, and be able to afford coaches and private training and club fees and things like that. So
yeah.
I think that's why we get to those points where people don't don't know how to handle these situations because they're not, maybe not the right voices. I think it like if they need to do a better job in those sports of just amplifying other people's voices if they aren't the right ones to be speaking on the topic, I guess.
Yeah. And it's kind of like frustrating to like hear those interview questions or those moments, because it's like, to me anyway, it's like to thinking about how those moments would have been handled differently with like if a Black woman was interviewing Naomi in those moments, like how much, I don't know, there's just so much more that can be, I don't know, said when you share experiences with people and you're in it, you know, I don't know.
Yep.
Like the white person's going to ask the white person question.
Yes. More is going to come
like,
out of the more detailed and empathetic and, you know, question from someone who does share those experiences or emotions or whatever.
Yeah. And I think like definitely like since Serena and Venus have like been a part of tennis on this level, like it certainly changed a lot. It just makes me think too, like how much of that kind of bullshit that Serena and Venus went through and still go through, and like they really paved the way in so many ways. And I don't know, just when you think about like the history of things, sometimes it's like, geez, like to get a question like that in 2020, think about like how it was 20 years ago for them.
Totally.
Yeah. And they were battling against like so many things, just like, yeah. So kudos to them. When I talk about tennis, I think about them constantly. So
yeah, well, it is. I mean, one thing that is cool is that like at the height of the game, the names like lay people know are Serena and Venus, and now Naomi Osaka. So it's cool that like three Black women like are paving the way.
Yeah, like so like we obviously aren't like tennis aficionados. So like for us, when we think of tennis, these are the names that are popping into our head first, not like or like even, and it's always women. Also, I think of Billie Jean King as
Billie
well.
Jean
Like
King,
I think about them before I think of male tennis player.
Yeah,
I guess
totally.
So
and Naomi being Japanese, Haitian, just representing all around. And she's going to be in the 2021 Olympics. she had to choose which country she was going to play for, and she chose Japan, which is cool.
Nice.
Sweet. In Japan too. That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe I was part of it.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. I will also say, on a lighter note, that like the tennis, I feel like tennis attire is like in general in sportswear, like just the shorts and then the socks and then the types of shirts, and so I've been thinking this for a while, and I'm like, what is this like phase that we're going through athletically? And then I was thinking it's tennis. It's tennis that we're going through right now.
We're going through tennis, you guys.
We're going through tennis.
I love all the tennis outfits. I feel
Me
like
too.
in tennis specifically, there's such a diversity in the types of outfits that people wear.
You can like express yourself a little more.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like I'm like here for it. Like, yeah, very cool.
There was the one, I think it was Azarenka the other day. You were commenting on how you liked her outfit, and I was like, it looked like my pajamas from the 90s, but also
Yes.
I would still wear it as an outfit.
Yep.
Yes.
Like it was nice.
The fashion is great, and I don't feel comfortable in skirts, but I love that, you know, it's such a staple that like Serena's just like custom outfits that she wears is like
Yeah, I love Serena's like all the same color with her like hair up with these like two little like pom-pom balls on her hair
that match.
Like,
yep,
you're so cool.
head to toe. Yeah,
10 out of 10 would not wear personally, but Serena can pull.
But it works for her. She came out, I think at the semifinals, in like this red, like flowy robe tied over her outfit, and it was dope. I loved it. It was so cool. She looked so cool.
Oh,
She's so cool.
She's way cooler than I'll ever be in my life.
She's cooler than even Julia, and that's saying something because Julia's very cool.
Thank you for saying my name in the same
Julia's
sentence.
The coolest person that I know. And so we'll just have to continue to not know Serena because I don't want to have to choose.
Oh my God.
Because to be clear, she would choose Serena.
Yeah, I hope that you would.
It depends on if by the time I meet Serena, Julia owns a flowy red robe to go over her tennis outfit.
Cover my tennis outfit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, time will tell. Time will tell, and I'll note that. Because my only goal is to like stay cool in your eyes until you like find out the real me or something.
You're the coolest person I know.
But I think I've shown you all my sides, and it's just like such a it's very it feels very nice that you still think it.
I'll always think it. It'll be my last words.
Hell yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. You're in your
So
deathbed.
cool.
She lived a great life.
Make sure you give my eulogy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, cool. Death. Nice.
Sweet.
Good death. Nice.
Nice. We can use that as a death as a transition to nothing, but
well, I think death can transition into the Dallas Wings.
Yeah.
Their dreams of the playoffs are now dead.
Oh,
You're
their
right.
dreams are dead, which sucks. I mean, kind of.
Which sucks because I feel like we deserve to see Arike Ogunbowale play in the playoffs.
I wanted her. Remember, I was torn because I don't remember who they were playing. Where I wanted the other team to win, but I also wanted her to be in the playoffs because she's so good.
She's so good.
She's so good, and she just dropped a line of merch.
She does have good merch.
So cool. And
she dropped it?
Do and buy? Yeah.
I think it's just like her own. Yeah.
It's her own merch website. Line.
Everyone look it up because it really is. I mean, if we're talking about cool, it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Do you guys think I should start my own merch line? Just like Mary Beth merch?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it would
Mary
be?
Beth.
You were
I feel like it would be like you as like a Riverdale character.
That would be cool.
Like a
I do like
high school.
Riverdale.
I don't know why, but just like a pastel shirt with a turtle on it is like what I picture. I'm not sure why.
I don't know if I've ever seen Mary
Seems
Beth
good.
in pastel.
No.
Or
no,
with turtle
I don't
clothing.
necessarily think this is something that she would wear, but I think this
But
is
I would
Oh,
drop
but like
it as
in her
merch.
line of
I would like
merch. Yeah.
think it was funny to sell to other people.
I would buy it, honestly. That sounds like something I
Pastel.
would
What
wear.
if it's the shirt's not pastel, but the turtle is?
Oh, I could deal with that.
Less interested, but
Okay.
still would purchase.
Noted. What if they're both a pastel?
Too much.
Too much pastel.
I say yes to it all.
Okay. Well, I trust Julia because she's cool.
I also
Cool,
imagine
yeah.
the turtle
That's fair.
being. You could have one. The turtle is sort of like a patch, and you've patched it on.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
I see.
Sort
It's
of in a
interesting
way-
that you chose turtle because I recently was, because these are the things I do in my life, trying to figure out like if I was an animal, that's not a human being, what animal would I be, like dictated by my personality?
Right.
Not like what would I want to be, because the answer is clearly a dog. But what would
I was just thinking
be?
dog in my head as you were about
Absolutely,
myself.
I would want to be a dog, but I think I would be a tortoise. Like, think of my entire personality. I
can
think
see
tortoise
that
is
for
correct.
sure. I don't
I
know
really
what I would.
have spent a lot of time thinking about this, and I think tortoise is correct. What do you think you would be? Sorry for this segue.
Don't you ever fucking be sorry again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Often I say golden retriever, just because.
You would be, because you're so cool, you would actually be a dog and not just want to be a dog.
I think everybody has a dog in them, though.
I don't know.
A type of
A type of dog. There
I
are a
feel
lot
like
of
I
different
would be
types.
like. I would feel like I would be a dingo, and like I feel like specifically I would be that dingo that stole that lady's baby.
Yeah.
Specifically stole the baby.
Stole, but also ate.
Killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. You did.
Or wait, was that just in the Meryl Streep movie? Didn't?
No, that was based on a real thing.
Okay. The dingo ate my baby.
I just know the quote.
But how basic is it of me to choose a golden retriever? I just feel like that's what's
right.
come up. Yeah.
I think you're correct on it.
No, I think you're right as well.
Nice. Okay.
I really do still. I was like, just Googling like what animals aren't very active.
Well, sloths
and then
are
trying to
fun.
pick which one I felt most matched my personality.
Yeah.
But I do think I think that like tortoise is a good option because they are the hero of the fable, the tortoise and the hare.
And I am the hero of every fable.
I do feel that way. I also think sloths are like, for some reason, I think they have like a sense of humor since they look like they're always smiling. So I think like if you're looking for inaction and like mischievous, I do feel like they're kind of like fall into that category.
I did look into sloth, and I don't remember why I felt it was incorrect.
Okay.
But I did look into it. You will be happy to know.
Oh, I am
think
happy.
Probably because they're like so cute that people want to like be around them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you don't want people to be around you all the time.
That's true. I don't.
So
More introverted than
you're like,
not
leave me
introvert,
alone.
but- yeah.
Everybody go away unless I'm interested in speaking with you today.
Yeah.
I did, when I got mad and turned off the Lions, was watching softball and turned it on to a walk-off home run. So that
saw a
was way
tweet
more
about it.
interesting. Huh?
I saw a tweet about somebody getting a walk-off home run.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Kaylee, I think her name was Kaylee Clifton.
Here's my question though. In a system where each like thing that everybody does matters, why wouldn't they just keep playing until there were 3 outs? Because I know technically they won the game, but like other people like getting hits and stuff give them more points, you know? You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah, I think that, but I think just because it's still a softball game. Like it's still regular. Like they are playing a regular game. So I don't know. I don't think they would adjust the rules for that. I know what you mean.
But I mean, there's no rule that like it's a walk off. Like,
but I
that
mean,
you don't
also
play.
that team though then all got extra points
for winning. Yeah, that's a good point.
Should we start this conversation over, Julia?
No, honestly, keep going, but I'll just ask questions. I think.
Okay, so
honestly,
we're talking about what I was saying was when I turned off the Lions game, I turned on the Athletes Unlimited game, and Kaylee Clifton got a walk-off home run, and so I was saying that was way more exciting to watch than the Lions blowing their lead again. So Katie,
I was just asking about. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, in the context of Athletes Unlimited, where there's like points and shit, these players can get more points if they score more runs, if they hit more runs or whatever.
Yeah, so I was just curious, like, why did they not keep playing? I know technically that team had won, but it's possible that like another player could have hit a home run or
gotten 40 points for themselves, you know. So I think it's just like that they're probably just playing a regular softball game and not like altering the integrity of that for the point system. But I guess I don't know.
I bet you're right. I bet that's what it is. But it's hard not to like get caught up in that or like start thinking about the points because that's how they're doing it. But it's one of the cons of the system, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this Athletes Unlimited is more democratic or more? If this was
Republican
government,
like, what? Not everything has to be about politics, Julia.
Yeah,
most things.
You know me. I like to bring it into everything. I like to bring politics into everything. Always asking.
I know that's not the Democratic you meant, but I just seized the opportunity.
It's where I thought you were going at first, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
I'm truly like, is it?
More democratic?
Don't ruin this for me.
Democratic.
I don't know if it feels fair or more fair or less fair. Well, not that like I don't know. Yeah, I mean politics.
I don't like. Do you mean?
I think you mean democratic in the terms of like democracy, and not in the terms of like our two parties.
Oh God, right. Liberal and conservative. Yeah. No.
No, I know that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But I still don't know what you were comparing it to. So.
Yeah, sports are inherently not like socialist.
Hear it.
Someone has to win.
Hear it.
More capitalist.
But we don't like that. We don't want. Mary Beth's always like, I just want everyone to win.
Right. I do want everyone to win, but I still want on-field drama. It's a really dicey system.
Balance.
I enjoy. Yeah. But I don't want off-field drama unless someone's a dick, and then there can be some off-field drama. I'm okay with that.
I like all types of drama. I'll see you in the lobby later. I saw them in the lunch line drama. I'm all for the drama.
You just want it all the time. If someone has like earned everybody to be rude to them, then absolutely be rude to them. But otherwise, let's just support each other.
I think it's virtually impossible to like not feel some sort of way about players that you're playing against. I feel like
you're right.
It's just not possible. Maybe off season or like actual and like real life. Like they know that they're friends and it's like fine.
Yeah.
But when you get on the court, you're like if I played Julia in a game, I'd be like, fuck you, Julia.
Yeah. But even off court, I'd be like, fuck you, Katie. But
that's how I am when I improvise with you guys. But I do I absolutely am with you and on board that this is not a realistic thing that I want in life, because I also have people that annoy me all the time and am rude to them all the time. But I'm also nice to people sometimes, everyone. I feel like we're getting don't talk to Mary Beth and she's mean to you.
I don't think
she hates you.
Oh, okay.
But no. It just feels nice when people are friends.
Yeah, I think I
always rooted for that. I root for love. I root for people to not break up, even if they shouldn't be together. I'm
rooting for everybody to break up.
Stay together forever. I just want people to support each other in a sport where they're in a women's league. I want them to be supportive, but also I get that they're competitors, so it's dicey.
Oh, I definitely felt that in tennis.
Yeah. I think that they always have a lot of respect for each other at the end of the day. You cannot like to play against someone, but you can be like, I respect this person. And I think a lot of them have cross paths in a lot of different ways, like switching around on teams, being traded, like playing for the U.S., like at the Olympics and other stuff. So they all kind of know each other.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's more of like a work situation than a like college football rivalry or whatever. But I really loved learning that Serena and Azarenka were like buddies off court and like bonded about being moms. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
And that they were saying, I don't know, I read this thing that Naomi, like, if a good serve comes her way or if she like loses a point or whatever, she'll clap her racket, like, nice job. I don't know. That's
that.
probably
That's
like more
like
universal in tennis language.
That's like I think I just am looking for like sportsmanship. Like if you lose, like don't be a dick. I guess. But also
sometimes I like that.
Sometimes I enjoy it. I guess it's really a game to game. And also in every like tight knit like group of like people I've been working with ever or like community I've been in, there's always people that I don't like and I always hold a grudge and never like them. So even outside of that scenario. So
oh God, I'm like, really am I one of them?
Being so hypocritical. Katie's number one.
In every podcast I've done with 3 people.
I have a pickup.
There's always one Katie that I don't like.
Eyes hanging in my hanging next to my desk. No,
Make Katie look like a fool today.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that I understand exactly how hypocritical I am being here and that I cannot expect that of other people, but it's just I am dreaming of it.
Yeah. Be the change you want to see in the damn world, okay?
In a utopian society, I would enjoy them being happy for each other when they score goals. But
whatever. Well, I do like when people are nice to each other, but also like I do like to see people like get thrown out of games and stuff. That's like super fun to me.
Speaking of, we've had several red cards this weekend in the NWSL. If you want to discuss that,
let's get into it.
Love people getting thrown out of games.
We should talk about our girl Savannah McCaskill.
We do love Savannah McCaskill.
We do love her.
As our listeners / viewers may remember.
So what happened?
I gotta say, I'm kind of pissed at her right now. She got a yellow in the first half of the game against Washington Spirit. So Chicago versus Washington Spirit. She got a yellow card. I don't remember the context of her yellow. But then a little while later in the first half, she like basically like slide tackled another player on the other team and like completely missed the ball. Took her like just completely took her out.
I think it was like a cleats to ankle situation.
Oh yeah, Lord.
And it was another yellow, and she was already sitting on a yellow card, so she got a red and she got thrown out of the game. And it was still in the first half.
So annoying.
Double yellows suck. It was in the first half. Yeah, 41st minute. So she's out the rest of the game. They're down on a player, and she can't play the next game because of it. So that's why I'm mad at her, because I like to watch her play. So.
What it does is deprive us all of watching her.
Exactly.
You know, we only get so many games, but she's probably more pissed than we are. So
I don't know.
She learns a lesson.
And then who was the other person that got one? Someone in the next game in the
Houston
Dash Courage game
versus North Carolina. Chapman, the defender on Houston, got a red card. I didn't watch that game, so I don't know.
It was a similar situation. It was 2 yellows again, and I don't remember what the first yellow was. The second one, she like ran into someone and she like spiraled through the air and then hit the ground, and it was pretty cool.
I gotta go watch it. She's like a very aggressive. Like, I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily, but she's a very aggressive player. Like I've noticed, she plays for Canada, and so when Canada plays the U.S., she's always like very
classic Canadians to be very aggressive.
Right? It's like it's crazy. I was like, wait, you're Canadian?
Well, they've said that's their biggest rival, and they like love splash.
They love splashing them.
Love /hate playing them so much.
Yeah.
I love
I do notice, like, if you ever, whenever I watch the Olympics, it's always soccer and hockey. It's specifically hockey, the Americans versus the Canadians. whenever
Always
they're in the
interesting.
finals, and whoever loses is always just like bawling and so pissed, like receiving a silver medal in the Olympics, and I'm like, excuse me. And like maybe
So
that
I have
also
a
I'm
theory
like,
about that though. Like
what is it?
that it's worse, like it feels worse to get a silver than it feels to get a bronze. Because
that's
real, right? That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because if you get a bronze, you did not have a chance to get the gold.
You weren't even in the
and
finals
you had
yet.
to win a game to get the bronze, because the bronze is played by like the two that lose. So you have to win to get the bronze, but to get the silver, you have to have lost in the final to get the silver.
Right.
So it feels
and also
shittier than,
it's to their biggest rival. So I understand, but also I'm like, okay, but like, let's have a little bit of fun here.
Yeah.
Cheer up a little
but
bit.
It's like right after though. But it's like the point of relativity or whatever. Like whatever it's. I took that the science of well-being class. It's basically like how to be happy from Yale on Coursera. And it was talking about exactly that. Oh, I didn't finish it, but it was really fun. It's like it's not a hard class.
That's so funny.
I didn't finish it, just like anything else. I've yet to finish anything I've ever started in my life.
Same.
But it was like it's like a psychological phenomenon.
I think what I'm learning here is I just do not have the mindset to be an elite athlete. Not born to be one, and I don't have the talent to be one, and I don't care to be one. So I don't understand them very much.
An elite anything, though, I feel like you need a sense of like cutthroatness and competition that like
I just don't have it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't think everyone should have it.
If everyone had it, I would die.
Yeah, it's like also kind of annoying.
So annoying.
But speaking of players who cause drama and get thrown out of things and whatever, Hope Solo did not make it into the Soccer Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
she was I don't know if nominated or eligible. I think. Yeah. This was the first time she was eligible, but she only received like I don't really know how it works, but the percentage of people who put her on the ballot was only 57%, and they need like 66 or something like that.
I see.
But I don't know if it's like here's a list of names, just put yes or no, or if you have to like rank people or what. But she's just like hands down the best goalie to have ever played soccer, men or women. And it's just like really insane. Like
it is insane to me. Yeah. And it's crazy because she's the best she's the best goalie of all time. That she did not get in because people were like punishing her for her Hope Solo-ness.
So basically what you're saying, I don't know enough about Hope Solo to like, other than like on paper, she's very talented, and I've of course have heard plenty of drama about her. So I don't know. But what you're saying here is basically she wasn't voted it. She was voted. They voted on her demeanor versus her talent.
Yeah. Cause if they had voted on like strictly her as a player, not her as a person, like there's no way she wouldn't have gotten in.
Yeah.
And I think like as soon as I see her name, there's all these like, divisive like things that come up in my mind. Like she just elicits that like, oh, it's Hope Solo. And so, I mean, I think that's just like Katie said, it's more of a punishment. Like she will get inducted some day, but it's just like truly nuts that she didn't. And I think the kicker is because like she's done some weird shit. I feel like I haven't heard her name in a long time, but like I guess like I mean she's a bad boy, but she also like it's not like everybody in the Hall of Fame are like
good boys.
Yeah. what was it? Saints? Martyrs?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say, though, arguably some of the stuff, and I'm talking about, like, you know, her, like, speaking out about decisions that coaches made that she disagreed with and that kind of stuff. Like, I think
like
had
she
she been
criticized another team at the the team that beat them,
or she's in the past criticized like coaching decisions where, you know, she was not put into a game, and she said like, you know, if I had been in goal, we would have won that game. And she's fucking right, though. But I think there's like a gendered like response to her, like that had she been a man, she wouldn't have faced the same level of criticism for some of that stuff. But there's other stuff too about her that, you know, I don't want to get into, but because I just don't know enough about it.
I don't know her, but I was telling you before I popped into that Instagram live that had Allie Krieger and Ashlyn Harris, and they were asked, it was Men in Blazers. Is that what it was called? That was interviewing her. And he asked what their thoughts were on her not get on the Hope solo snub. And it was a solid, very many seconds of silence and discomfort on their faces. And then Allie Krieger just going, no comment. And then that was it. And I will feed off of that particular drama for the rest of the month. It's my dinner for all of September. I loved it. Which, like, they're not teammates anymore, so they can hate each other, and I will love that from afar. But
I think what I have like gathered just from like watching past teammates talk about her is that, you know, they, as a teammate, as a like player, they really respected her, like in her talent and like how hard she worked and what a great asset she was to the team. But in terms of like locker room dynamics and like interpersonally, like not everyone's favorite.
You cannot underestimate.
Can be true.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot underestimate the damage that does to a team.
Yeah. But honestly, like that's why I think a lot of times like people bitch and moan about the U.S. women's national team, like certain players not making the roster or not going to the World Cup or whatever. But it's not just about who's the best player. Like, because if you pick the best players for every position, that doesn't mean that they are the best players together. That doesn't mean that they're the best team.
Yep.
Like, it's about a lot of different things. There's a lot of factors. Like, you have to have, like, a cohesive team that works well together, and that's not always necessarily the best players on paper.
Yeah, so, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and these are, to be clear, like, these are human beings, and I should not be so excited about their drama. I don't know them. I don't know anything about the situation.
Talk about hypocritical.
I know. I sometimes
just 2 minutes ago.
I sometimes watch TV or I watch life like it's TV, and that would have been a very good episode. And again, they aren't teammates anymore, so like I don't care if they get along. I don't have nothing to do with them. I just want
to that's why I say I like that shit.
But I did love that moment in particular. Again, there's no rhyme or reason to when I want people to be nice to each other and when I don't. But
yeah.
Well, and that is an instance of like she does deserve shade.
Yeah.
I mean, like, she's been a dick, but she's also one of those people, like in a Tanya Harding sort of sense, where like she's been wronged so many times too that like it explains why she's like this. And it just sort of sucks that, like, you know, the adversity people have to face and then get, like, shit for it when they're at the highest level.
Yeah.
They do have to. I mean, it doesn't excuse any, like, wrongdoings that she has done, but
it helps you kind of understand it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Segue, but it's still about soccer. Did you guys watch the Sky Blue Washington Spirit game from last week?
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about the Midge Purse, Mal Pugh up top as forwards for Sky Blue.
Oh my God.
They good.
That was so exciting. That's something I've been wanting to see for so long, since I knew both of them would be on the same team. And I'm so glad Mal Pugh's back. And
She's
That was really exciting.
good.
She's good, and she's good.
They're both so good.
They're both
good. I think it'll be good it's going to be fun. I'm very excited. And I think the trade from Washington to Sky Blue is going to be really good for Mal Pugh. Because I think she needed something different. She needed to be, like, challenged and in a different way. And because it's hard when you come up as, like, a 17-year-old, like, phenom.
Yep.
And then, like, I don't know.
How old is she now?
Oh, she's, like, 22.
Oh,
fucking
gosh.
baby.
Is she's so fast and quick. And it was very, very fun to watch them together, and like it'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
So she's staying then in the NWSL. Obviously,
as far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they've got to be at the point where everyone that left has left, right? Or
I think the trade window has closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is wild also that like now all the teams are playing and they have like 4 people on the bench they can put in.
Or like North Carolina, they have Sam Mewis is gone, Jess McDonald, Abby Ursig, Kristen Hamilton, Crystal Dunn. I think maybe that all opted out of the fall series. So they have like their starting lineup is not what you come to recognize for them, and they still walked away with a win on Saturday.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was an exciting game. I was watching it largely on mute, but it was exciting to watch.
Wait, so here's my question for the people who've opted out. What are they doing?
I don't know. Living their lives.
Just hanging.
I have no idea.
Okay, so are they people who might not?
Well, they're just not going to play the rest of the year. I think they're going to keep doing their own individual stuff.
Okay.
It could be that they just don't want to like risk traveling and playing soccer. I have
North Carolina
no idea.
team. The North Carolina would have to be traveling down to Texas and down to Florida.
Two places you don't want to be going.
2 places you don't want to be going right now.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense that some of those people opted out.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm not doing that.
But I don't know. I'm going to write them all personal emails and be like, why?
I support you.
What's going on? Tell me about your lives. Do you have any drama? Is it drama I like or drama I don't like? Please explain it in detail. I have no idea.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's just surprising to me for people who might be like considered for the Olympic team to not play in any league.
I guess if they're like still training individually though, and if they're like,
I'm not saying they're not doing anything.
Set up enough, like if they're like established enough, and they.
I do think though that all of them, all those players that want to make the Olympics have been in contact with Vladko and Danovsky, and they have said like, "What do you want to see from me?" And to some of them, he said, You should go abroad. Like Emily Sonnet was loaned out to some Sweden, like to get more minutes. And some players, he was like, if you play in the fall series, that's good. And some players, he already knows that what they're capable of and he supports them opting out. Yeah. So, I think that totally makes part sense. Of it for sure.
That totally makes sense.
They all got to read his little journal, and that's what made their decision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't say any of this to anybody.
He just sent out photocopies, and among the little S's were what everyone needed to do in the fall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, that does totally make sense. Everyone's at a different level.
Yeah. I have no idea what they're
thinking. I don't know either. I mean, that's just my theory.
Yeah.
And also, are you going to field the Olympics team without Crystal Dunn? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you didn't play?
Out of here. Oh. You can play literally any position. I don't think I can make room for you on my team.
Yeah, sorry, I don't think so this time. Yeah.
Not this time. Oh, gosh. Yeah. But next week, baby, this week, the WNBA playoffs start.
Yes, I was just gonna say. So let's get into that. Who are all our teams?
Katie, list them
that
off. I
made
know
them.
you got
Oh,
them.
let me see if let me see if I can get this.
Rattle them
She's
off.
gonna
Number
rank them
one,
too.
Number 1, Las Vegas Aces. Number 2, Seattle Storm. Number 3, LA Sparks. 4 is Minnesota Lynx. I think 5 is it's either the Mercury or the Connecticut Sun.
I thought it was Chicago.
Are
they lower?
They're lower.
Oh.
Or it could be the Chicago Sky, but I know who number 8 is, and that's the Washington Mystics.
Yeah. Because that just
Because
happened.
they just
when
won
they
as
started.
of now. As of
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I am very excited.
Yeah.
yeah, this will be great.
Guys, do you think that by the time the semifinals come around, I'll have finally gotten my Seattle Storm jersey?
The
When did you
semifinals
order
would
it?
What do
be
you
next
think?
week.
I ordered it on August 13th.
You're having
and
a
it was-
lot of bad luck with your merch.
So you ordered
I
it on
know.
August 13th, and it was expected to come August 6th. So
That was different. That was my WNBA
the
hoodie,
sweatshirt.
which came in
Which
an
came
empty
empty.
bag.
oh
That's
my
still
God.
so funny
It's
to
been
me.
a rough stretch. It's been a rough stretch for me. And it's all like my WNBA stuff.
Yes.
They probably just have
current.
had
Send
like a burst of it. Like they're probably real backed up, and also maybe they don't
Which-
have as many people working right now.
Totally understand. And that's why when I emailed them about the jersey, because
I only yelled at them a
tracking
little
was
bit.
the tracking was never updated. I was like, hey, I just wanted to check in and like totally willing to wait if that's just it, because I know the president is trying to systematically dismantle the U.S. Postal
Thank you.
Service.
Thank
so
you.
like if it's that, I'm totally fine. But I just wanted to check in.
Mhm.
And apparently that they never even got it to send to me. So who knows? We're just waiting impatiently. So
Cool. Someday you'll receive
one
it.
day maybe I'll have a jersey.
How do you
And if
feel
I don't-
about Seattle not being the top seed? Are you upset? I know they're your fave.
No.
Not upset.
I don't even know that they're my fave. I just like love every one of them,
Mhm.
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, I'm not upset.
Good, because I don't think that like there's really a difference in this tournament
There's
between who's
yeah, I mean
first
there's
and
not
second
much.
seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just all. I mean, the Aces have beat them twice.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing I wanted you to explain to me, Katie, is why Atlanta got knocked out before Dallas got knocked out, even though they were higher in the standings.
So were they higher in the standings? I don't know.
According
that
to
they were.
WNBA.com, they were.
I think they were very close in the standings. And the reason that, okay, I can explain to you the reason that, I'm going to explain to you something that you didn't really ask.
Okay, perfect.
So,
Give me what you got.
Had Atlanta won against the Washington Mystics, they would have been like tied with Dallas, but because Dallas played Atlanta and beat them twice, they owned the tiebreaker between the two
I
teams
see.
and would have been bumped up to the 8th seed. So Atlanta was knocked out because they couldn't get high enough. Like even if they had won, they would have not been able to like get past the Wings.
I get what you're explaining.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
You know
So
what's tough
basically,
for
like
me?
if they would have got knocked out and they would have been even with the Wings had the tiebreaker, so they would have.
Yes.
It's like when
exactly.
you're listing like in alphabetical order, and then it's like Schroeder, SCH, and then Schneider, SCHN. Oh, okay. Well, that one would go ahead. That's like the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
This is what's hard for me.
Yeah.
Atlanta and Dallas, I know, are different cities, and I know they have different
Yeah.
qualities. But those teams, you say either one to me, and I'm like, that's the same team.
Okay, so the Dallas Wings have like Arike,
Yep.
Satu Sabale.
So,
Is Katie Lou Samuelson on the Wings? Marina Mabry, like
yeah,
that's the Wings, and then
I feel like I've barely
Atlanta
saw him. Okay.
has my girl Kennedy
Ken.
Carter,
Yep.
You would die for her.
among other Benaja Laney, Courtney Williams. if you
Courtney Williams, Elizabeth Williams.
if you like saw that they're on the same team, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the Dream.
They're on the Dream.
Right. I know them more than I know the
If
Dallas.
you totally yes, exactly. But they're both like in the South.
Yeah. Yep. And
So I
think
get
that's
it.
part
I
of
get it.
So
I get it.
same.
Wait, quick side note. One time James was going through and seeing if he could name all of the like mascots, team names for each city.
Mm-hmm.
And he got all of them and then was trying to guess Wings, the Dallas Wings. And I have to send you the video. It was the funniest thing in the
You
whole
took a
world.
video? Please send it.
Well, at a certain point, because I like had given him a hint. I was telling him closer or further or whatever, and he like said said some like body part or something, and I was like, oh, kind of closer.
Like the elbows? What?
That's definitely one. Or he said something that like I was like that it's closer or whatever. And then so it's just him like guessing all I have to send it to you. These body parts.
We'll just have to see it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
James is funny. I like James. Don't tell him I said that, but I do like him a lot.
I won't tell him at all.
Don't
I like
tell
him fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the
appropriate.
level of. That's the good level of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's cool.
All right.
Yeah, he's good. Cool. So are we sad about anyone not making it then?
We're sad about a lot of things.
I just wanted
Yeah,
everyone
same.
to make it.
But
That's not true. There are
honestly-
some teams that I'm like, okay, you have some work to do, and also
But
you were
even
on all the
those
days that I
teams-
couldn't watch games, so like I don't know anything about you.
But even those teams, I still think are like all of these teams, even New York Liberty, who only won a handful of games, there's still so much that's like exciting about them and like so much about them that like clicked really well. And like a lot of those players I really like watching. And that's on like the 12th team. There's so many good teams. My point being that the level of competitiveness in the league is like so impressive and so fun. So I will miss like New York, they're out. Dallas, they're out. Man, I really wanted to see Enrique Gumbawale in the playoffs. That would have been so cool. Kennedy Carter's out. The Atlanta Dream. What's the other one? The fourth one that's out?
Those two are the same teams. So
okay, those two are the same.
Indiana. It's gotta be Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, yeah.
It's gotta
Talk
be
shit,
Indiana.
get Stitch.
But they still have a lot of like good, like they beat Seattle.
Yeah, who's one person on Indiana? I don't think I could name one. I mean, they're still great, is my point, but also that is a question that I have.
Julie Alaman,
Yes. Yeah.
Candace Dupree.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
Those
really,
are the only two I
I
can
really do think that there's
I
been
like
like
Alaman.
there's been teams on the schedule that I like were always playing when I couldn't watch.
Oh, for sure. And for
So-
me, I would say like Las Vegas, I didn't watch a ton of their games.
Yeah.
LA, I watched maybe 3 or 4 of their games.
I like LA.
I do
But,
too. I like
the-
them a lot. But they're like a West Coast, and they were just so late a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
See, those were the ones that were easier. James was like,
Same.
there was one game that was like Sparks in Seattle, and he was like, I feel like anytime I tune into a game, it's Seattle versus LA.
Yeah, and
But it's
that's
usually
why
the
because
later
they're all
ones.
so late, which sucks for them too because they're not playing on the West Coast, so they're just like getting all the 10 to midnight games,
Totally.
but they're in Florida. But it works well for me because that's like when I'm ready to sit. And
That's like ready
watch.
when I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
I
We
wish it were for me.
Julie, you just must wake up to so many texts from me and Julia at like 3 a.m.
That's when I
just back
get
and
my
forth. And then we're like,
text time,
"Ooh,
yeah.
we should switch to not this group chat.
No,
because
I like
Katie's
it.
just-
I
Okay,
like
good.
it. Honestly, I just like put my phone at some point in the night, even if I'm not going to bed, I'll just put my phone aside and be like, I can't do this anymore. That's why a couple times I'm like, I'm going to bed, and then 2 hours later I pop back in. Did
Like,
you
I
see
watched
Joel
it.
Lloyd make the buzzer beater? Like, yeah.
We're like, Katie!
We were hoping you like came right as we were trying to summon you to wake up. You're like, I watched it.
I had been watching it the whole time.
You had lied to us, is what
you lied to us.
Didn't
and
want to
that's what I'm
talk to us
gathering.
anymore, so you pretended you were going to sleep.
You know, it's healthy to have boundaries. Sometimes you just need to set your phone aside.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Ben Affleck. All disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel. So.
Oh, wait. What's that reference?
It's like a Kanye tweet from like 2011 or something.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Wait,
do you remember that?
No.
Oh. What a
He
reference.
said no
that
disrespect to Ben Affleck, all disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel. That was the tweet?
That was like, let me look it up.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Find
While you're
it.
looking it up, Candace Parker tweeted something like about her alarm, like a sleep app being like, your ideal bedtime is 11, or like 10:45 to 11:45 or something. Or was it 11:45 to 12:45? That was like her ideal like bedtime. And she was like, these late games like affect mental health and physical health or something. And then I was like, fuck, if that's her like ideal bedtime, like what's mine? And I did download a sleep app that hasn't worked, and I just have stopped doing anything with it because I don't understand it.
My ideal bedtime has got to be like 5:15 a.m. My ideal wake up time is like 2:30 p.m. And that like makes me happy. And it's like a normal amount of time to sleep, but it's just not at the time that works for other people's lives.
Yeah, I'm a morning person, so.
I'm a PM kid ever since kindergarten. I always have been.
Oh,
I was a PM kindergarten kid.
I think I was too.
Well, Katie should have been an AM kid, turns out. I was a PM kid, and I'll always be a PM kid. That does work with my work schedule though. Like I can I don't really sleep until 2:30 p.m. on weekdays, but my body wants to, and I've done it before.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to read this right now.
I was wondering why you were just like looking up into the distance. I think though, the sleep thing that they all have like these bands on that aren't Fitbits. I don't know what they are, but they look like little canvas bands, and
Orlando Pride was wearing them.
They have them,
Bands that make her dance.
and Athletes Unlimited, the softball players have them as well. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the sleep thing that they have.
Tracking
and I think that they're probably expensive, and that's why it works so well.
Cool. Yeah, I was like, I have an Apple Watch, and then I was like, but that's when I charge it. So this is
right. How can you wear it all the time?
Just plug your arm in.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was like, you need to upgrade to the Pro feature to tell you any information.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, I thought this was free. Never mind.
Bye.
But I do get really insecure about what time my sleep schedule.
Like you think people are judging you for it, or you think you're doing it wrong?
Both.
Oh, I think sleep whenever your body wants you to sleep.
Yeah.
But should I go to bed sooner?
As long as you're getting a restful amount of sleep, then you're fine. Okay. Like, do you wake up and do you feel rested?
Sometimes.
Well, then sometimes you should go to bed earlier.
Okay. Right.
My problem when I go to bed early, and by early I mean anytime before midnight, is I wake up in 3 hours and my body thinks I have taken a nap.
Yep.
And then I'm wide awake for the rest of the night.
That's very true.
Because I am one to take 3-hour naps.
I'm not a nap taker.
I need a lot. I need as much sleep as an infant needs.
I don't take naps, but every 4 months I'll come home and I'll lay down and then I'll sleep after work, and I'll sleep till the next morning.
Ooh, I've done that before.
Like a reset.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I do like those. Yeah. But Mary Beth, you work in the morning though, so you do have to wake up.
Yeah, I'm always very tired and crabby.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think waking up is
very
a crime
tired and
against
crabby.
humanity.
That's why I need 3-hour naps.
I literally think no one should ever have to set an alarm. I think it's the worst feeling in the entire world.
I agree. Yeah, naturally. So if I have a long vacation, my body naturally goes from falling asleep in the 4 to 5s to waking up in the 1 to 2s.
Got it. Okay. I think that's honestly James's ideal thing
That's
too, which I think
crazy.
is effective.
I'm nocturnal.
That's crazy.
That's
like it.
crazy.
I am so productive in the middle of the night though.
Yeah, I feel that, but it makes me anxious that I'm up so late.
Oh, well, get past that and you'll live a whole new life.
As long as you're getting the stuff you need to get done every day and you generally feel well rested.
Okay.
Who cares?
It's
not like you have to be up like for work or anything.
Right.
This is a time not to judge yourself.
Need to stop worrying. I feel like maybe that's something I need.
Don't worry, be happy. Do you know those fishes? Like the fish on the wall that you press the button and it's like, don't worry, be happy.
What is it, like Billy Bass or something?
That's a question on
I want one of those. If you guys see one somewhere, send it my way.
I'll go to the As Seen on TV store and get you one.
Okay.
I'm sure they still
I would love one in my home.
Don't worry.
They're so
the water.
Goofy. yeah. They're so lame. I love it so much.
I would just put it above my desk.
Yeah.
Just pushing it all day long.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I do love it.
Nice.
Guys, is there anything else that we are dying to cover?
I don't know. Anything that we missed?
I don't think so. There's just I will say I'm very excited to see what happens to Chicago Sky in the playoffs because they are my chaotic team that I love. Just they can go from, leading by 30 to down by 10 and just I love it.
They're the Detroit Lions of the WNBA.
They're better than the Lions. Don't throw them in the same conversation.
You're right. I do like them. But they seem funny and fun.
I know. I think they're so exciting to watch. I love Kalia Copper.
They are
I
so
love
exciting.
Ellie Quigley. I love Courtney Vandersloot. And what I was going to say,
Steph Dolson, Gabby Williams, they got a good team.
They really do. And Dolson, my sweet. They also, Courtney Vandersloot broke the WNBA record for assists in a game.
Yeah, and then almost did it again.
She broke it by 2.
Yeah. She broke it by 2. It was previously 16. She got to 18. And then maybe like the next week she got to like 15 or 16, I think. She got close again.
That's
insane.
Fucked.
But she did not.
She's she's awesome.
She good.
And then has she broken the season record yet? Or is that not?
I think that she was very close to being the first person in the WNBA to average 10 assists in a season, and I think she missed it by 1 assist, and then the regular season was over. I get distracted when I watch. I think that's not a surprise to anybody, but I get distracted when I watch, and so she may have gotten it when I wasn't paying attention, but I think that she didn't. That was the same game where Arike Agumbawale almost got 40 points.
Oh my God.
You guys, when I get my Arike shirt, I'm gonna wear it every day of my life.
Okay. Which one did you get? The white one or the black one?
I got the black one.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. So you can spill on it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good.
Although I have a shirt, don't spill toothpaste on it. I have a black shirt that. Oh, you can wash that though.
I think I got Tums dust on mine, but it came off.
But you can wash it.
Yeah. It came off.
Looking forward to that. Have you ordered your Arike shirt? You did. You literally just.
Oh,
Julia, you're going to listen to this back and you're going to hear say like 3 times throughout this podcast that she ordered the Arike Agumbawale shirt.
No, but when I texted you guys a link to the merch, I had it in my cart and I was like,
nice.
See, what was in my mind was, you texted, I don't know, my wallet is going to be so mad at me or something.
Yeah.
And it was like a maybe. But
I presented it as a maybe, but when I sent you that, when I was like, should I get this? I already had decided that I was going to get it.
Okay. Well, 1, I should have known. And 2, you did say it mere milliseconds before I asked if you did in fact.
Literally
But I'm glad you asked
got the
again because I
black.
really do want to emphasize how much I did, in fact, buy it.
Good. I bought it. I bought it hard.
I bought it so hard.
Are you gonna have to build yourself a new closet for all of the new shirts that you're buying?
The amount of t-shirts.
How do you guys donate shirts? Anything?
I just have a lot of
clothes.
t-shirts.
I do just take them to Goodwill if I need to get rid of clothes.
Yeah, but how do you choose?
Oh, if I don't wear it ever. But I also just have too many. Like it takes years of not wearing it before I'm like, I can get rid of this.
Right.
Also, I told you
see-
I made a bunch of t-shirts into a quilt because they were taking up too much space.
I've said I was going to do that for like years, and then
I keep saying that too.
Yeah.
Do it. If I can do it, having never used a sewing machine in my life, you can do it.
Okay.
And I sewed some sweatshirt material to the back of it, and it's actually very cozy and warm, and I love it.
Nice.
See, I might do that. But did you guys see that t-shirt that I'm also coveting? And it's a breaking tea, and it's like Courtney Vandersloot, like dying, I forget what it says, but it's about her breaking the assist record.
I think you sent it to us, yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh, I did not see it. Okay, I'll look that up.
I'll have to find it.
I expect that I'll see you wearing it someday. It'll appear. Looking forward to seeing you in person in all of these shirts, Katie.
Ooh, she got a weird text.
She's mad. She's pissed.
No, I'm not pissed. I'm just confused. Sorry, what'd you say?
WNBA emailed her that her shirt was shipped 4 months ago.
Yeah, they're like, you got it, and I'm like, no, I didn't.
I didn't even. The basketball season had not started yet.
Yeah, I didn't even know what basketball was.
I don't know what a basketball is.
No, I nothing about my shirt.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
no, it was
guys.
a text from my aunt, but I was confused by it. So.
Wait, why did I just feel like I just saw a timer? No, I didn't.
Oh,
Man, I thought it was like, I thought I saw something with like, oh, here's how long you've been recording, but I haven't.
We went
I think
long on
about an hour and a half.
Yep.
An hour.
Yeah, this is a long one, and I don't think I'm gonna edit any of it.
Sorry, everyone. Enjoy.
I want to apologize to everyone.
Bonus material.
I almost just pressed it into. But this is it, guys. We're wrapping up for today. I think we've covered everything there is to know about women's sports up until September 13th. And we look forward to the WNBA playoffs coming up in a couple days and the continuation of the Athletes Unlimited season, as well as just more Naomi Osaka in general, the NWSL season in their little four game pods.
Cute.
Yeah. We'll have Ben text us when the other soccer is.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And he will look out for us.
Always.
On that note, thank you guys so much. I think you're both so good.
Guys.
I think you're so cool. And Katie, you're just average cool.
Thank you. No one's ever said that to me before. Thank you.
I've always said you're cool. I've always said you're very cool. I said you were cooler than the shoes that you were going to get that one time. And those were cool
That
shoes.
was a compliment because those were cool shoes.
They were cool shoes.
And I did get them and I do have them. I just don't have anywhere to wear them.
I wish that you could wear them on this. I mean, you could, but
no one, if people are just listening, they can't see.
Yeah.
Plus, I've worn them outside once, and so I can't wear them inside anymore.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
It's a real...
They're now an outdoor shoe, and they are
What about me? Am I cool?
Oh, Mary Beth, and you're very cool.
You're great. You're so cool. You're, like, so cool. You're, like, second coolest person I know besides Julia.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
And you're the second coolest person I know besides...
After you.
Me.
Also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes you third. Sorry.
Yeah. Coolia.
Honestly, I think that I was supposed to say Ohio sweatshirt is very cool.
Thank you.
Oh, is that what that says?
And I think you're very cool.
Okay. Are they
and
Hawkeyes?
For someone to fall out of a tree,
is that a Hawkeye?
It's very cool.
I am an Iowa Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, okay.
Mm.
I did fall out of a tree.
Better than a Buckeye.
Agree. Yeah. We can all agree on that.
We can all agree on that.
A Buckeye is a nut, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Have you seen the Ohio State mascot? It's like
It's
a
like a
creepy nut man. Like
It's
his
a
head is a
man with a
nut.
nut head.
It's so dumb.
No. I mean,
Honestly,
I'm sure I have.
You should stop this because I have another story.
Oh, okay.
I have an also related story. Everyone, get out of here so we can talk about our stories.
Okay, you guys can't hear these stories. You're going to have to subscribe to our Patreon for that.
$48 a week.
And it's $40 a week, and that's per person. Per person, per Julia, per Katie, per
So it's
Mary
like
Beth.
$120 a week.
Yes. Okay, well, subscribe and get those stories. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.